Today Uncle Roger is going to be reviewing FutureCanoe, and this is actually a video that we saw before Uncle Roger. We originally viewed this on October 6th of 2024. Sounds a little coincidental, doesn't it? And it's not the first time that has happened. If you do happen to enjoy my videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. And now, let's get started.
Today we're gonna make egg fried rice, but not just any egg fried rice. It's the Yangzhou version from the undisputed goat of Chinese cooking, Chef Wang.
Why this guy sound like he just wake up from sleep? And he trying to recreate Uncle Wang Gang fried rice? This NPC nephew very confident. Modeling your fried rice after Uncle Wang Gang, it like modeling your golf after Tiger Wood. Remember this nephew, this super advanced version of fried rice got that very hard to make Uncle Wang Gang egg floss. Let's see how he do.
Uncle Roger is right about this. The Yangzhou fried rice is not an easy type of fried rice to make. You need to have experience to be able to make the little egg ribbons, and it takes a lot of technique.
Chef Wang, or as the internet knows him as Uncle Wang. Unfortunately, our first step is gonna start with a machine.
Rice cooker good?
Short grain rice, which means you have to
Short grain rice okay, but short grain rice a bit stickier than medium grain jasmine rice. So if you use short grain rice for your fried rice, make sure to dry it off more. And look at this, niece and nephew. This fried rice, it looks so fancy. $89 for 11-pound bag. Holy shit! This monotone nephew got money.
It's either that or he's just trying to impress Uncle Roger. Well, I did kind of impress him already, didn't he, with the rice cooker? But he is right about the rice. You don't want to be using a short grain rice unless it's the only thing that you have, because you don't want sticky rice. Sticky rice is not good rice to make egg fried rice, unless of course that's the only rice that you have.
To cook the rice to its perfect moisture, I just use the guiding line inside the pot. They're there for a reason.
Okay.
I know some of you might say,
Just use finger. Look at that. Blast from past. That from 5 years ago. Uncle Roger looks so young there.
That was 5 years ago already. My goodness. Well, it's true what they say, isn't it? Some people age well, and others, not so much. And I don't mean that as a bad thing with Uncle Roger. I just mean that when you look at all the actors now that I remember growing up with, like Brad Pitt and Bruce Willis and everybody else, to me, I remember them young. When you look at them now, they've aged.
I don't trust my fingers with moisture-related tasks. Once the machine's done all the work for us, we'll dump, spread, cover, and then into the fridge till it's completely cool.
Correct.
While we gather the rest of the
Dry the rice out.
You do want to dry the rice out, and it's better to leave it uncovered in the fridge to help dry it out more. Also on a tray that's flatter instead of like a 2-inch or 1-inch gastro to where you have this much rice in it. If the rice is still hot, you want to cool it down. Okay, this is very important. Otherwise, condensation will build up and it will be mushy. This is not good. You don't want mushy rice to make egg fried rice.
So with this grocery list in mind, I arrived at the market in Chinatown, where my full faith in sanitation lies.
Don't show that to people. You're gonna scare everyone from going to Asian market.
And this is what we call cross-contamination. Now, if we just take a look at this picture, you can see that the towels just left next to the meat. There's meat left out on the table, not refrigerated or anything. Nobody's at the station even working. They could have just walked away, but maybe not. And it's just not sanitary if you leave things like this, especially in a market where customers can just pass by. I remember when I was visiting Morocco, there was fish left out on the streets, no ice or anything, just left out in the boxes they were selling. And sure enough, when the sellers, the vendors weren't looking, you would see a lot of the stray cats, the little kittens, snatch a little fish and then run off. Just how it is. It's something out of the movies.
Lady at the store, aka the wisest person I'll ever meet in my life.
But this store looks super authentic.
Dry seafood. Like how these dried scallops are the secret to a umami-packed stock.
But this nephew, he's so monotone. He sounds so depressed. ChatGPT got more energy than you, hiya.
He does sound kind of depressed, doesn't he? People used to complain that I sounded monotone, and I don't sound like this at all, honestly. If only I could find an Asian store like this near me. I've been trying to look for a few Asian recipes to remake, and sure enough, it is not that easy because there's not a very large Asian population where I live. So it's hard to find some ingredients.
The fish butcher hooked me up with these pre-prepped, ready-to-use frozen sea cucumbers. $173 of cash is out of our
$73 for ingredient. And 72 of that must be just for egg. Yeah, niece and nephew. Eggs super expensive in America right now because there's this bird flu going around, killing all the chicken. It bird flu okay? Not COVID. It not us this time.
Uncle Roger, camera 1, not camera 2. And this is why it's great to have your own chickens at home. True, you have to clean up after them, you have to take care of them and feed them, but you also get fresh eggs daily. Or well, maybe every other day, at least once a week. Some chickens don't lay that many eggs.
Wivels. I know you're surprised at the fact that I have all the ingredients required. To get the most annoying task out of the way, I'm gonna start by peeling these green peas. And I begin-
Wait, you get the wrong pea, nephew future. This snap pea, you don't peel it, you eat the pea with the pot together in like stir fry. For fried rice, you need garden pea. And just get frozen pea, that's good enough. Vegetable tastes like shit anyway. Don't need to eat fresh one.
True, you can't eat actually the whole pods, but it is a good idea to snap off the little stem that's connected to the rest of the vine, because if not, it's a little fibrous. Also with snow peas, you can do the same thing, but it is a good idea to, again, to take off the ends. And if you want, it's not something that I would do, but my dad even used to pick them off the vines and actually eat them raw. English thing.
Might have gotten the wrong vegetable because they seem to be too small.
Okay, you know?
Put them away, went back to the grocery store, opened one just to double check I got the correct species of vegetable.
No, it's still wrong.
And realized that I got the same thing twice. And from now on, there's no more time.
He really shelling all the pea.
Hard work. I finally
He got no energy to talk, but he got energy to shell pea. Hiya.
Normally in the kitchen, this is a job that's left for all the apprentices and the newbies in the kitchen. You know, you get the crappy jobs and it can be torture, but if you actually have to peel the peas, that's even worse. Trust me.
got enough peas to feed a pigeon. Then we'll take the lean part of the ham and dice it.
Okay, ham correct.
Next, we'll deal with this moldy bamboo shoot.
Bamboo shoot correct.
This before.
You're just following Uncle Wanggang recipe.
You just dice it up like any other vegetable.
Okay, this nephew actually got good chopping technique.
We're also gonna dice up some sea cucumbers. Its shape is just as phallic as regular cucumbers. It's only much wiggly.
Shake it around like that.
Move the intestines inside, or as a professional would call it, scraping the shit out of it. Cut into strips, then dice into cubes. Soak shiitake and dried scallops in boiling water.
Shiitake mushroom correct.
5 minutes. Shred the scallops into thin strings, kind of feels like pulled pork, and cut the mushrooms into small cubes.
You would think that if he was recreating the Chinese dish and he's trying to be more authentic, that he would be using a Chinese cleaver or a Chinese chef knife instead of a gyuto, a Japanese chef knife.
Yangzhou fried rice, everything need to be about same size, so he's chopping good. And look at that, he got expensive looking chopping board and expensive Japanese knife. I think this nephew secretly millionaire or something. But why he sounds so depressed? That really show money can't buy happiness.
And if anyone's wondering what type of gyuto or chef knife he's using, it's actually a Masamoto. I have one right here. Beautiful knife, white steel. Not a cheap one, but I will tell you that it is sharp and it cuts very nicely. Although I would reserve this for like more delicate items instead of just using this as a daily chef knife.
We're gonna debone our radioactive chicken legs and then
Why radioactive?
cut them into really small cubes.
Nice.
He doesn't get it.
Cut up some shrimp and poach them as well. Now that we have all our ingredients ready, I realize that I've never been this organized in my life. And like every good video, we gotta attack it from different angles. And my favorite category happens to be POV.
Nice job,
Hey,
team.
Now
don't jump scare Uncle Roger like that. Who that alien person?
Come on, don't tell me that you don't know who Mark Zuckerberg is. You're on Facebook. Of course you know who he is. Also, if anyone is on Instagram, be sure to go over and follow us on Instagram. We need to get the follower number up a little bit because it's totally out of balance with YouTube.
for the most difficult part of this recipe, preparing the egg floss. We're using 2 whole eggs and 3 egg yolks. Beat it thoroughly with my ligma fork and then pass it through
What is ligma fork?
a silky
But
texture.
sieve correct?
Move on to the stove. Let's just get
Spring onion good?
ready. Now it's time to make the eggs. I'm not confident that I'll be able to make it, so we'll follow.
Wait, you're trying to make the egg thread in that little saucepan? Hiya, that not big enough. all your egg gonna clump together. That's the smallest saucepan Uncle Roger ever see. You rich little nephew, just buy big wok like Uncle Wang Gang. See what he using. Uncle Roger can tell from his back of head he Asian people. An Asian guy don't have wok? That why you depressed?
Now, just because FutureCanoe has black hair doesn't mean that he's Asian. He could also be Latino. But I said this in the previous video as well, that pan is way too small. This is a saucepan that you would normally use for sauces.
我生热之后加入小宽油。
See, big wok, big surface area.
So once the oil starts bubbling a little bit, we'll touch it with our finger.
No, don't do
You'll
that.
know it's hot enough when you hear this. So one hand stirs and the other hand pours out the egg
Okay,
as
let's
thin
see.
as possible.
No, you're not poured in enough. See, clumping together already. Hiya. Ugh, you gonna eat that? Oily as shit, how you gonna eat?
Oh, to tell you the truth, this doesn't look as bad if you've seen Jamie's veggie lasagna. And some people actually like that recipe.
Triple yum, so good. Crispy enough, soft enough, stodgy enough, cheesy enough, crunchy enough. Come on.
The eggs all clumped up together and became the most oily scrambled ever. I would start over, but I only have the energy to deep fry once a day. So
No, you wrong. You don't have energy to do anything. This nephew talk like he had 1% battery. Uncle Roger feel like I need to find charger for you. Just sounds so miserable. Are you sure you need fried rice? Uncle Roger think what you need is reason to live.
Maybe just a little bit of chocolate to brighten your day. Or find an extreme activity like bungee jumping or skydiving.
stir frying process is very high.
Hiya, not wok. Why not wok?
We'll follow Chef Wang's exact sequence of addition. Once the oil is hot enough, in with the ham. And then shredded scallops.
Ham
diced
good,
shiitake,
scallop good, shiitake
chicken
okay, chicken good,
cucumber,
sea cucumber good, bamboo shoot good.
shrimp.
The order fine because he following Uncle Wang Gang.
For adding in our eggs. When
Ugh.
the eggs are broken into small
Gross.
pieces, in goes rice and the green peas. Stir
Rice
fry
so
the
clumpy.
rice, followed by the first round of green onions.
Punch your rice?
And you can also see that the rice is very sticky. Uncle Roger didn't get on him though about the type of oil that he was using. I think he used olive oil. It kind of looks like it. Maybe sunflower, but I think olive oil.
I will season the rice with some salt and soy sauce, stir that to combine thoroughly. And unlike me, the spring...
Maybe some MSG.
Not even MSG will save this. That's not gonna fix it. No.
Now we'll turn off the heat, toss that quickly one last time, and ready to serve. I'm gonna have my Instagram followers judge it before Uncle Roger does.
The egg don't look any different from regular egg fried rice. What the point wasting time with the egg thread?
Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back.
It looks pretty far from the original. Let's give it a taste and
Yeah, look at original. The egg thread, like just so thin and so loose and airy. His is just clumpy.
It's the sad reality of things, isn't it? You try to make something nice and you end up with reality. Nah, just joking. It takes practice and it takes the right tools because if you're in a professional kitchen, everything's a lot easier to make. You have the right equipment. Or at least, hopefully, you have the right equipment.
well, I think the most obvious one is the egg floss. In Chef Wang's video, he managed to get it into perfect little strings. It looks thin as hair and light as air.
Correct.
On the other hand, my eggs just look like normal stir-fried eggs with too much oil put into it. And
At least this nephew know. And also Uncle Wang Gang making his fried rice in professional kitchen. He got that big fire, big burner. When you're cooking at home like Nephew Canoe, you're not gonna be able to achieve that level of heat. This rice not gonna have that wok hay flavor as much. That's the difference also.
The thing is though, even if you are in a kitchen that doesn't have a wok station, but you have like powerful gas burners and you actually have real woks, you can still get a better product than homemade egg fried rice. You can. Trust me, if I had the space and if I ate enough or made enough egg fried rice, I'd probably get a wok station.
there are a few clumped up pieces like this. So we're gonna get a good night's sleep, wake up at 8 a.m. tomorrow, and do a redemption.
Yeah, get some sleep. Based on how low your energy is, I think you need 18 hours.
New day, new me. After a whole night of thinking, I came up with 2 solutions. To fix the clumping of the rice and also get that wok hay, we're just gonna go buy a wok. There are
Oh, finally.
to choose from, and the most basic one will be
Just get that one, that silver one, that one good.
I'm definitely not gonna choose this one because you need to season it. I want my tools to save me time, not require extra effort. And
Seasoning it very fast, and you just do it once. That it how you can be Asian if you don't know how to season. That like the most basic Asian skill. Every Asian baby born knowing how to season wok. Hiya, what you scared of? Just learn.
Every Asian knows how to season a wok. That's a little generalistic. I mean, that's like saying every Spaniard knows how to make a paella. And trust me, they don't.
this one over here is non-stick and has a flat bottom.
That not wok? What?
Saucepan, something that Jamie Oliver will use. You can see by the Italian flag right here.
Yeah.
And finally,
Even nephew depression make fun of Jamie olive oil.
No, you have to admit, it is pretty easy to make a joke about him. I mean, we all love Jamie. It's just that he messes up a lot.
A little hack of a friend of mine that they swore by. And I tried it, and I did it as a blind taste because I swore that it wouldn't work, and it did. Mango chutney, 1 teaspoon.
finally we have the fancy one. This one is stainless steel non-stick coating on the inside. Not only
That like
easy
Hexclad from Temu.
provides the most even heating. Gordon Ramsay's been trying to rub these in our faces for the past 2 years, but at least this one is only half the price. And I guarantee you they're made in the same Chinese factory, they just have different labels on. Still,
Correct,
it's a lot
correct.
of money. This is so beautiful. Maybe this is what it's like to be a
Pansexual.
There was no comment about that joke, was there?
We'll beat it thoroughly with our Ligma fork and move on to solution number 2. My mom's pour over kettle.
So he gonna put egg in there, and when he pour, because the spout so thin, it gonna be thin egg pouring into wok. Nice idea. And when your mom make tea tomorrow, she gonna get salmonella.
She won't get salmonella. The water will boil all the bloody little germs away and it'll be cooked egg. It's just trying to get the egg out of that. I mean, come on, you don't need to use the kettle. You can use a squirt bottle for goodness sakes. Or you could just buy a couple dozen eggs and then practice with them one after another and see if you can get the technique down. It takes skill, the technique, it really does.
This will help us control the egg stream and make sure it's extremely thin. Now that we have everything ready, it's time to start our redemption chapter.
Okay, you can see the strand a bit thinner, that it look better, but still not as good as Uncle Wang Gang. But that actually very difficult technique, so Uncle Roger think this possible. Just break it up before you put in rice.
Yeah, it can be possible, but still, I think that the oil needs to be a little hotter and he needs to pour a little slower.
Mushroom,
Okay.
sea cucumber, bamboo.
Same as yesterday.
Toss that around and then egg in. Toss to separate.
Okay, break it, break
rice
it.
in peace. Tossing scallion, tossing soy sauce, tossing more scallion.
Here you can see when he cooking, the egg look a bit more like egg thread. It really big improvement already from yesterday. Good job, nephew FutureCanoe. Nice idea with the kettle. And he pouring soy sauce on side of wok. That also improvement from yesterday. Yesterday he just whack it in middle of rice. Hiya.
My goodness, he actually got an approval from Uncle Roger. That's not bad. I mean, just ask Jamie. He hasn't gotten one yet.
Tossing more scallion, some MSG,
Oh,
sauce,
great mind think alike, nephew Canoe.
and serve. From the looks of it, this is much better than my last attempt. Every single
Uncle Roger agree, much better. But why you still sound so depressed? Hiya. Celebrate your win, little nephew.
fluffy, and the egg is finally thin as hair and light as air. So I'm gonna whip out my Ligma fork.
What is Ligma? Is this some Gen Z bullshit? Ligma fork? Why your fork shaped like this? Does Ligma fork just mean fucked up fork?
Uncle Roger disrespected the Ligma fork.
I put a lot of effort into it, so I'm gonna
Yeah, if only you put as much effort into your merch.
umami flavors offered by the shrimp, chicken, and shiitake. The rice is dry and separated, almost bouncing between your teeth. But the most impressive part is definitely the egg floss. They're soft, tender, and almost melt in your mouth. If you have time, tag or send this video to Uncle Roger so he can review the dish for us.
Uncle Roger reviewed this already. You happy now, Nephew Canoe? Actually, I'm less concerned about your fried rice quality. I'm more concerned about your mental state. Are you okay, Nephew Canoe? Why you sound so depressed? Just remember, Nephew Canoe, no matter how bad your life is, it's still not gonna be as fucked up as Jamie Oliver food.
FutureCanoe got an approval from Uncle Roger, but he didn't get the uncle's title. Almost. Now we just need to get Uncle Roger to review our Spanish fried rice. I was inspired by Jamie, so I tried to adapt the recipe a little bit. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. Hopefully all of you enjoyed this video as much as I did. It was fun to actually see what Uncle Roger thought about this egg fried rice, and more or less, he thought the same thing that I did when I first reviewed it. Be sure to check out this next video coming up here, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Until next time, take care.